This is a podcast by the Business Times, presented by UOB.
Impact investing isn't just about financial returns. It's also about making a difference. It's about aligning your investment portfolio with your values, supporting companies and initiatives that are driving social and environmental change while still aiming for competitive financial returns. However, impact investing isn't without its challenges and complexities. Here to tell us more is Seah Kian Wee, Chief Executive Officer, UOB Venture Management. Welcome to the Business Times Future of Finance podcast. I'm Lee Kim Siang. Kian Wee, thank you for joining us today.
Good afternoon.
So, for those of us who don't know, what exactly is impact investing? Are you seeing a growing interest in investing for impact in your Asian clients?
Impact investment refers to investments made with the intention to generate positive, measurable, social, and environmental impact alongside financial return. So there are actually three elements in it.
Right.
So you have the intentionality, additionality, and financial returns. So I guess most people are probably less familiar with additionality. So what it means is to measure the impact, track the impact, to ensure your investment actually contributes towards the desired social or environmental goals.
So how do you track it exactly?
Every deal we look at over 1,000 deals a year. So we look at 7 key risk investment factors. On top of that, we actually layered it with integrated impact assessment framework. So every deal will look for a few key metrics. For example, if you look at an education company, they bring affordable education to maybe the underprivileged. So we'll be looking at the number of students that actually come from so-called the BOP community. And we'll look at how affordable our education content is. And with those content we provide, what is the outcome? For example, the admission rate to universities, for example, in Indonesia. So we have actually one real example in our portfolio, a company by the name of Gorang Guru. They have actually helped more than 20 million BOP students attending kindergarten to grade 12 with better education outcome. And the cost is very cheap. It's like $50 a year for all subjects. Meaning that even for the BOP family, I think they can afford $4 a month for all subjects for their kids. So this is one such example.
You've mentioned BOP a few times. For those of us not familiar with this term, could you sort of give us a brief explanation of what it is?
So BOP stands for base of pyramid. So according to a World Bank definition, it means individuals that actually make $3,000 or less a year.
UOB Venture Management started its first Asia Impact Investment Fund back in 2015 and then launched a second fund in 2019. What are the goals of these two funds? How large are the two funds and where have they been invested?
Yeah, back in 2015, UOB Venture Management with our partner launched the Asia Impact Investment Fund with the intention to make a difference to the quality, access and livelihoods of people at the base of the economic pyramid in ASEAN plus China, so-called the 10+1 region. Because in ASEAN and China, there are actually more than 600 million, low-income population. So we feel that this is actually a region where our fund can make a big difference.
The two impact funds focus on smaller companies in Southeast Asia and China. Why have you chosen to focus on these regions? What do you look for in potential investments?
Yes, I think globally, total asset under management is about 1.15 trillion. And actually only 1% has been allocated to impact investment. And of that 1%, only 5% has been allocated to emerging market like Southeast Asia. So it's a huge community that's very underserved. I think this is one of the reasons why we chose ASEAN China. The other one is that from a investment opportunities point of view, ASEAN China, they are largest trading partner to each other as we speak. So we believe with trade flow, come capital flow. With capital flow, come knowledge transfer. So the current window, actually, there will be a lot of ASEAN China growth opportunities, including those deals that come with the impact DNA. The other one is that from a deal sourcing point of view, UOB Group has an extensive branch network of more than 500 in the region. So we look at over 1,000 deals a year, and quite a big percentage of it actually come from the bank's trusted network.
What impact and returns have you seen in your investments so far? Which sectors have you seen the most impact?
Overall, more than 37 million base of pyramid, individuals have benefited from the Asia Impact Investment Funds as of end of last year. And of that, greatest impact would be in the area of education. So through a company like Ruang Guru in Tunisia, we have helped more than 20 million students from BOP community to gain better and also more affordable education. In the areas of healthcare, more than 5 million low-income individuals have gained access to better quality and affordable healthcare products or services just through two of our portfolio companies in Tunisia and Vietnam alone. In China, when it comes to low-cost, affordable dialysis service, as well as long-term care, home-based elderly care, we have two portfolio companies that contributed quite significantly to such costs. When it comes to agriculture, close to 500,000 farmers have gained access to finance, knowledge, or technology for higher value crops or higher production yield.
Still to come, what are the challenges and risks involved when it comes to impact investing?
This episode of Future of Finance is presented by UOB. And now, back to our podcast.
Thank you for staying with us. This is the Future of Finance. I'm Lee Kim Siang, and I've been speaking with Seah Kian Wee from UOB Venture Management. Kian Wee, do impact investments generate good financial returns, or do investors have to accept below-market financial returns in exchange for making a social and environmental impact?
Not necessary. I think statistics have shown impact investments are able to generate market rate kind of return. Some of the impact-first investors are willing to accept lower financial returns relative to positive social or environmental change. That said, the majority of impact investors do expect market rate returns. So that's according to a 2023 GIN report.
So what are some of the biggest challenges and risks when it comes to impact investing?
When we first launched our Fund 1, I think our concern is about whether there are enough entrepreneurs with the impact DNA in the region. But over time, we have come to realize that there are many entrepreneurs who do want to build a company around a mission, not just for profit, but with a purpose. And they have also come to realize that, with a positive impact orientation, they are actually able to attract the best minds, especially the young people, to actually join their company. So we have actually seen it in action in quite a few of our portfolio companies. Just from investment point of view, risk-wise, our approach is primarily to leverage on technology solutions to change lives. Just now we mentioned about education, about healthcare, financial inclusion. But when it comes to agriculture, sometimes the investments will have to take longer time to realize the impacts. So as a result of that, I think it's instead of capitalizing on perhaps the best exit options such as IPO, impact investors may need to exit the investments through trade sale, for example. So as we speak, we are in the process of divesting partially one of our growth assets in the agriculture space. So the entrepreneur has delivered good social impact outcome, and the financial performance of the company is actually very good as well. But due to the investment horizon, we may have to do a partial divestment through trade sale.
Despite the challenges, why is impact investing worth it? Who are the people on the other side who are benefiting from your investment?
It's meaningful in the sense that impact investments, we actually play the catalytic role in channeling resource in terms of capital and talents towards areas that make a difference to the low-income community. So as you know, capital market go up and down. So even on the worst day, whenever we think about the BOP community that we have potentially helped in making their life, their future better, it actually brings warmth to our hearts.
Well, thank you for sharing your insights with us, Kian Wee.
Thanks for having me today.
I'm Lee Kim Siang. Join us next time for more on the future of finance.
This episode of Future of Finance was presented by UOB. Find more BT podcasts at businesstimes.com.sg/podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. This podcast is meant to provide general information only. SPH Media accepts no liability for loss arising from any reliance on the podcast or use of third parties' products and services. Please consult professional advisors for independent advice.